It's me, Lisa. Been a couple weeks since I've done a video. Haven't had much finished, which is why I didn't do a video. Today is Tuesday, August 5th. I'm outside. I don't know how well this is going to work. It's pretty noisy, but we'll give it a shot. I wanted to say welcome back to anybody who's coming back, who've seen my videos before, and welcome to anybody who's new. So what's been happening? Well, not a lot of knitting and crocheting has been going on. I don't have as much time. I'm working, so that's a good thing, but because of that, obviously I don't have as much time to knit and crochet, which makes me sad. I also seem to have some crafty ADD because I get started on projects and then I just kind of lose a little bit of interest and I start trying to pick new projects and I cast on. And I'm not sure. I haven't decided if I should be a monogamous knitter and like work on one project at a time, but I get bored. So anyway, I guess just to let you know, we've been doing some traveling around. We're sort of here in South Dakota near Mount Rushmore, but on our days off we pretend we're tourists. And last week, since the last time I made a video, we did some pretty cool stuff. We went to this place called the Mammoth. It's in Hot Springs, and it's called the Mammoth Site, and it's actually a working paleontological dig, and it was really cool. I've always been kind of interested in archaeology and digs and fossils and things, and so it was a big sinkhole that woolly mammoths actually ended up in, and so they've been working on excavating it, and we did that, and that was really, really fun and very interesting. Really renewed my interest in that whole area, and may look into some maybe volunteering in our travels to work on a site. Sometimes you can volunteer for a site and at a site, and you can get your hook up for your RV and all that as part of your volunteer, and maybe do it for a little short time, a few weeks, a month. I don't know. I'm gonna look into it. It could be fun. The other thing that we did was we went to this place called Bear Country, USA, and it's like a safari park, smallish. And of course, because Bear Country, obviously, it's got lots of bears. I'm not really big on those kind of things because I really rather see wildlife in their natural habitat. But sometimes, you can't really do that with certain animals. And it was interesting. The bear part was actually was pretty interesting. It was kind of cool to see the bears. They get really close and they're right there, and that was really interesting. And then of course there's an area after you drive through the park where you get to see the cubs, and that was precious. And I did post, I think, a picture on Instagram with the cubs, and we were lucky to be there the day they were actually switching trees, because they put these little trees up for them to climb on and play with. And so they every couple of weeks they need to replace them because the bears just tear them apart. So that was really cute, and they were very cute with the trainers. They're very cuddly and just like a little teddy bear. So that was our touristy adventures the last couple of weeks. I'll show you my stitch markers that I got from this time. And can you see those are too close? Okay, so I got these, obviously were from Bear Country. They were earrings, and I just decided to make them into stitch markers. They've got the little bear claws at the bottom there. And this is my Mammoth Site one, which is a little woolly mammoth. You can see that. So those were my stitch marker souvenirs, and I'm really enjoying this whole process. And it's like every time I go somewhere I look, ooh, can I find something to make a stitch marker out of as a souvenir? And so those were those for this week. Okay, so the new thing that's happening right now, we are in the middle of the Sturgis Rally, which is the motorcycle rally, the famous from Sturgis, South Dakota. Any of you out there familiar with it? It's a big motorcycle rally that happens every year around this time. This is the 74th year, and so therefore we are crazy full with lots of bikers. We are about 50 miles actually from Sturgis, but even so, this is obviously a hot spot to come visit, and I may take some video later just to kind of show you the amount of motorcycles that are in town right now. It's pretty amazing, and I've heard that actually at Sturgis it's like triple the amount that we've got here. We're expecting something like 400,000 bikers in the area. It's noisy. Everybody's nice. There hasn't been any problems. It's just really noisy, and you may even hear some bikes buzzing around going past. I hope it doesn't interfere with the video. So that's this week, and I'm lucky to have actually today and tomorrow off, which is like the big like this is like the main part of the week where most people are here. So when I go back to work on Thursday, it could be a little hectic because we'll have a lot of checkouts that day, I would imagine. And my husband's days were switched off, so we have one day off this week together, and that's tomorrow. So today I get to kind of be home and do some fun stuff like make a video, which is what we're here for. So I'll just kind of get on to the yarny stuff. I have one finished object, which I think is what I'm going to call this video. So I will show it to you. This is my blanket for Sissy Knitting's baby blanket charity baby blanket, and I'm so happy that it's done. It came out really cute. It's very soft and pretty, but it took forever. It just felt like it was just went on and on and on. I used that dishcloth, the everyday dishcloth plant pattern. So and tiny yarn and tiny needles. And next blanket, which I'm going to try to make another one, I'm going to use probably crochet that one, and I think I'm going to do a corner to corner and try to maybe do something a little more scrappy, because I have a lot of yarn, scrap yarn, that I want to try to use up. So that's my one finished object. Ongoing whips. I'm not going to show you my Linus shawl because I haven't done a thing with it. It's one of those projects, again, you know, I got going with and then I just didn't do anything with it. I spent a lot of time trying to get the baby blanket done, so that sort of got put on the back burner. I did make a little bit of progress on my hitchhiker, and that again is, you know, I try to do like maybe one tooth a day. There's 41, I think, altogether if you do the whole thing, and I've got 23. So it's coming, slow but sure, and it's a fun pattern. I've had some issues with my needles. The needles I were using, which were bamboo, actually the cord broke on them. They were cheap bamboo, but I liked the tips were great, but the cord really was bad. It sucked, basically, to be blunt. So now I have them on my Susan Bates aluminum ones, which are okay. They're cheapo ones too. I don't mind these so much, but the problem is they're slippery. And I think I've decided I really like the bamboo because they're not quite as slippery. I guess I find the aluminum or the stainless steel or the nickel plated, for the most part, it's too slippery. But what I did was I put a thing here, so a stopper kind of, so it couldn't slide all the way on the needle. Maybe a smaller needle would have worked better. I don't know. So that's my hitchhiker. The other thing that's a work in progress is my Wendy Knits. And that, I love the pattern, and I love how it's coming out. I've done a little bit more than probably since the last time I recorded. Not a lot. I haven't even finished the first clue, but here's what I have done so far. I don't like the yarn. I love the pattern. I love how it's coming out. I hate this yarn. It was that Big Lots stuff, and as it's knitting up, it's not soft. And then when you work with something that's so soft like that, what I'm doing for the hitchhiker comparison, not so great. So I really don't know. I want to keep working on it because I really am enjoying the actual knitting of it, but I'm not enjoying the yarn. So I'm really tempted to just get some different yarn and start over, and which is why this hasn't gotten as much love as I probably would if the yarn was nicer. So I don't know. I haven't decided. I love it. I want to keep making it, but I may make another one with different yarn. That would be you'll see, I guess, to be decided. I did get a stash enhancement, which is actually also a new project that I'm working on. We don't have a lot of yarn choices around here. There's no really nice yarn store close by. There's not even a Joann's. There's a Michael's. So I went to Michael's. I'm making a birthday present for a friend, and I think it'll be alright because I don't think she watches my videos anyway. She lives in an area of the country where there's lots of beach time, and so her birthday, I decided to make her a beach bag, and I'm using the Bob Wilson 123 Granny Square Bottom pattern. And this was the yarn that I got. It's called Red Heart Gumdrop, and this is the smoothie color, and I love it. I just fell in love with it. I was actually going to use something from my stash. I have a lot of Lilies and Cream cotton, but only one color, and I went to really look for new colors to go with that yarn, to go with that particular color. And while I was in the store, this just caught my eye, and I said, this screamed to me, it screamed my friend, her colors, it also screamed beach. So I got a few skeins of that. I even had a coupon for one. You know, it was only one, but I was able to use a coupon for one, and I will show you how much I've gotten done. And I really like this pattern. I love Bob Wilson's Claire. She's great. She has great tutorials, great patterns. So this is my bag so far. It's actually starting to look like a bag now once you get past the square at the bottom, which for some reason was giving me such a hard time. And maybe it's just because I'm a little OCD about certain things, but when I got to the end and I was supposed to start the bag part, my stitch count was off like 3 or 4 different times, and I kept taking it out and starting again, and I probably could have fudged it. Once I got past that point, I realized I probably could have fudged it, but I'm anal that way, and so it took me a lot longer. I was hoping to be done with this, actually, because her birthday was this week. But she's very understanding. I always send her things late. So, and I'm really enjoying this. Like I said, it's a great tutorial, great pattern. And I'm thinking I may even make one for myself. I had started it in the Lilies and Cream, like I said, the cotton, and I may work on that one and finish it for myself. The other work in progress that I finally did was remember these? I don't know if you guys remember these. These are the socks from my husband's Father's Day present. He's very sympathetic and understanding about that, especially since it's summer and, you know, he'll be okay without having socks. And he's appreciative of anything I make for him, so he'll be fine when he gets them. I cast on the other one, yay! So here I am. I actually did this morning. So I have this much done of the cuff. And I forgot how much I actually like knitting socks. And I really enjoy a rib pattern. I actually really like doing the knit purl, alternating those stitches. I don't, I like doing that more than just like all of one stitch. So I may decide to do some more stuff in a garter, in a rib pattern or a seed stitch or basket weave. Those are, they do a nice alternating knit purl stitch combination. So this is, again, it's a vanilla sock with an afterthought heel, which I haven't done the heel on this one. That's what that purple is for. And I'm doing these on these were the needles that I got from eBay. They're from China. They were very cheap. I like them, and actually I really like them for socks. They're stainless steel. For some reason these are not as slippery, and they work great for Magic Loop. This was a size in Chinese. It's 13. I had to use my tool to measure to see what the actual needle size was, and this is a size 1 US. I'm not sure the millimeters of that, and so these work pretty well. I like doing these for my socks. So that, and this is the Premier, just as a reminder, it's the Premier Debbie Norville Serenity sock yarn, and it's in the Obsidian colorway, and I really like this color. This is like one of my favorites that I've used of that kind of yarn. So there we go. So I got to finally do that. That's it for my works in progress. Up and coming. So I kind of got a bug to do a cowl. I subscribe to the Fiber Factor YouTube video, and they've been doing like every couple of months these different knit-alongs. And this month's knit-along in August is a cowl knit-along. It's called the Crossbones. And so watching the video, I kind of got the itch to maybe join in. I'm not sure, because I'm not really very successful with cowls, as we see, because I'm always behind. But, excuse me, it gave me an itch to do a cowl. So I picked out some yarn from my stash. It's just Red Heart. I'm trying to use my stash up. I was on a yarn diet for like a year and used up quite a bit, but I have a lot of this acrylic yarn, and even though I'm buying yarn sort of, I'm only really trying to buy yarn if I have a specific project in mind, but I am still trying to use stuff in my stash if I can. So that being said, I'm hoping I can do a cowl. I've been on Ravelry looking for different patterns. I may decide to do the crossbone, again, to be determined. Not sure yet. I did find a few patterns that I liked for cowls, and I'm going to keep looking. But maybe by the time I do another video, I will have had that decided, and maybe I'll have even cast on. Maybe I'll have more finished projects. I don't know. I think that's kind of it for now. It looks like I'm almost at 15 minutes, so I guess I should probably say I'm done. And I hope everybody's having a good couple of weeks and this week, and I guess I'll see you soon. Bye!